Specific questions posed by our moderator later in the discussion. Now, the challenge that we are facing today is how to prepare the young for the future world. Innovation today is composed of good ideas combined with enterprises, with entrepreneurship, with a large number of players in the public, private, political sector. Innovation is a whole mindset. The question is, how can we prepare our young to this new mindset? Now, universities, the mode of operation of universities, and I will emphasize universities, but the entire educational system should face that challenge. Universities, the mode of operation of universities today is the most effective way to meet this challenge. So the question is, what can and should universities do? Yesterday, we heard illuminating presentations by Carl Wieman about the way of learning and teaching, then a panel discussion about the problems of assessment. I do not mean that in my introductory remark. The whole structure of universities is not adapted most effectively to that. Universities today are based on disciplinary structure. The division into disciplines is not very helpful to teach and to prepare players for the future, where every issue is more phenomenology-based than disciplinary-based. So we should have a structure which allows more interdisciplinary units and interdisciplinary centers. And we should have an atmosphere, and later I will tell you what my university is doing in this respect. We should have an atmosphere where innovation is appreciated, understood by everybody, all students, all faculty, including the administration. And finally, my last question, what can we still learn from Albert Einstein? Now, Albert Einstein was one of the greatest innovators in the history of mankind, but this is not the kind of innovation when we talk today about innovation. Still, I mention Einstein because my university is fortunate to have more than 80,000 documents that Einstein bequeathed to us because he was one of the founders of the university. What we can learn from Einstein is more how he thought, how he asked questions. The importance of asking questions is a very important lesson. But the greatest lesson that we can learn from Einstein, and most people do not know it, even my colleague physicists do not know it, that Einstein is the scientist who more than any other great scientist published long papers, more than anybody else. The tolerance of failure is a very important quality that we should also cultivate, encourage, understand. I will talk more about questions. There is one other element which I want to mention here. In the educational system, universities and below, we teach results. All our textbooks teach results. That is knowledge. When you study somebody like Einstein, you cannot fail to emphasize the method. How those results are obtained. How many wrong steps on the way are taken. I think that universities in the future, already now in my university it's beginning to happen, put an emphasis on teaching methods and not only results. So I have these three elements, which I think are very important elements in every future educational system. Asking questions, tolerance of failure, understanding of ambiguities, and respect for the method. Thank you.